Good morning. Let us know in the chat area where you're zooming in from. And I'm going to get a couple things set up on my end. It's great to see you. Good morning, Robert. Nice to see you. Good afternoon from Tampa, Florida. Okay, so getting this all arranged. For some reason, Mark, I'm having some issues with the translation. Okay, hang on. There we go. Okay, perfect. Anyways, go ahead and continue to let me know where you're zooming in from. And Vegas, good to see you. Good to have you from Vegas. I hear it's very warm there. Yeah, so hopefully you are staying cool. And let's see here. Nope, I think I got it all set. I think I've got all the admin things set up. So let me welcome people. Ooh, Alaska. What's the weather there in Alaska? Nice and cool. Good weather. Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Erica. Good to see you. All right. There. I think I did it. All right. Let's jump right in. Ireland. Ooh, welcome. Great to have you. We've got Georgia in the house. Romania. Nice to have you as well. Boy, do I miss being in Romania. We had a wonderful time in Romania. Let's see. Ooh, Yellowstone. Oh, Yellowstone, Montana. Yes, Robert. Now I'm seeing that one. Hungary is here. And I know that we actually have a dream trip. We have a couple of dream trips that are actually going on right now. We have one in Miami and one in Simontornia, Hungary, and lots of great photos. Stay tuned to our Dream Trips Instagram account, because as photos come in, I do my best to pop it up, and my team do our best to pop it up throughout the weekend. But for Miami, they just had their welcome reception yesterday, and they had a pool party, and then they all went to the club. So it looked like a really fun time for them. And then for those at the Hungary dream trip, they had their welcome reception about 24 hours ago. So today they had the day. I'm going to go check out the photos and pop them up on Instagram. But it's really fun to be able to see all the fun people are having around the world. And then we actually have a couple more dream trips that are going to be live very soon. Just like I said, just stay plugged into our Instagram page, and you'll see all the fun that our members are having from around the world. Let's see. Let's go back to the list. We've got Washington State, Slovakia. Oh, welcome. South Carolina, United Kingdom. Hi, Shush. Good to see you. Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Budapest, Canada, Alaska, Orlando. Got people from all over the world. Louisiana. Hi, Jefferson from Texas. Let's see. Nigeria. Welcome. And Kenya. Hello, hello. We've got Wisconsin. Ooh, I'm just trying to go down this list. Always great to see you all. And yeah, let's get started here. I've got Phoenix, very warm. I hear Vegas and Phoenix. I think you guys are in the upper past 100 degrees. So wow. I know my mother-in-law was actually here in Hawaii for about a week, and she was communicating with her husband back in Boston. And he was like, oh my goodness, it's ridiculously hot. The heat index is like over 90. So a little bit crazy. Howard Smith, excited for Greece. So am I. I'm so excited to hang out with everyone in Greece. Mark and I will actually be there. We're going to be there for the regular dream trip portion, and then also the volunteer trip. So if you haven't done so, check it out. Go on dreamtrips.com and check out the volunteer trip. It will actually be our first in many years. And we're partnering with an orphanage out there. So I know that one thing that a lot of people have requested from us is opportunities for their children to partake in some of these very impactful trips. And yes, your child is welcome to come to that event in Thessaloniki, Greece. You're going to hear more about that in a little bit, but I'm just doing a little plug and letting you know, because I know you got to do a lot of planning, right? Because it's in October, but we have gotten permission that your children over the age of 10 are allowed to come on that dream trip with you. So that was a big question that kept popping up from many people. So if your child is over the age of 10, we would love their help in coming on that dream trip. So we'll do some volunteering with that orphanage, but we'll be doing whatever it is that they need. But then we will also go off and explore the city of Thessaloniki. So we'll have a dream trip, but also a cause built into that event. I know that there are very limited spots available. We only had to have a few more rooms. If we need to, we can definitely see if we can add more, but we'll travel that road when we get there. But there's also that limitation of not sure if they'll be able to accommodate us if we need more, but let's get our rooms booked now and let's make that a full trip. It will be so much fun. Cannot wait to do that with you all. All right. So what I'm going to do now, let's see. I am going to get my screen all ready for the next slide. So give me 1 second here. I just lost all my slides. The technical part is not always where I shine. Let's put it that way. All right, here we go. Let me start again. Let's go back and okay, here we go. We are, gosh, July 13th, if you can believe it. I can't. Midway in July, summer, no, let's not say summer. What I was about to say, I'm not going to say, I retract that. We're in the midst of summer enjoying it all. We want to make sure you're plugged into all of our communication vehicles. Telegram, it's an app that you can download on your phone. You can take a picture of this, use your camera, hover over, it'll pop up and connect you right to our DreamTrips International communication portal, where we give you all the updates of things like this event happening Thursday, or we do Zooms every Thursday to bring you up to date on all things Dream Trips. And then also any Dream Trips that we have that are newly launched. I like to keep you in the loop. So go ahead and plug in with us and we'll be happy to connect with you there. So just my section is going to be talking about the Dream Trips that we have. And I know that there are a lot of new people jumping on board, listening to this information. So I just wanted to recap what a Dream Trip is and the elements that are included in a dream trip. So a dream trip is just that, a trip that is made up in your dreams, meaning we're going to take you to places without having to do all the heavy lifting. We're going to orchestrate it. We're going to try to plan out, we are going to plan out all the different elements of your trip. Excuse me, so that all you have to do is go in our portal, which is on dreamtrips.com, and pick and choose your adventure. We have all different kinds of adventures all around the world, and you can make your choices from that website. And I'm sure many of you can relate. When you plan to go somewhere, you don't know anything from anything. So you don't know how to compare what's good, what's great, what hotel's in a good area, what are the good restaurants to eat at. And so one benefit of a dream trip, especially ones that are tried and true, sometimes we pop in new ones, but the ones that are tried and true that have been in our inventory for a long time, the great thing about that is there have been dozens, if not hundreds, of people that have traveled to these different destinations that tell us that hotel's a little bit far. Okay, we got that. We took that note. We change the hotel, we find something better, and then we find like that perfect trip experience, and we offer it to you all. I would say that 95% of our trips on dreamtrips.com we finite and made them exactly how our members like them. And then we pop in, of course, new adventures along the way. We listen to all of you, see what you guys want. We incorporate that, see how it works. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes we have to tweak them a little bit. That's always something that we do when we add to our offerings. And the premise of a dream trip includes some or all of these different things that we're going to go over. Now, a dream trip typically has hotel transfers. And I say typically because all over the world, it's always something different, but typical expectation. Number one, your hotel transfers. What is that? When you land in the airport, we have somebody there because we're going to have an arranged transfer for you to be picked up at the airport and taken to the resort, the hotel, or where you're staying. And then vice versa. When the end of your trip is here, now we're going to take you from the airport or from the hotel back to the airport. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to try to find transportation. You don't have to try to figure out the address of the location. You don't have to try to figure out anything for that matter, or risk the chance of taking a taxi. I'm not knocking taxi drivers because it really goes with any industry. Sometimes you find someone that you don't know if you completely trust. But here we've all arranged it with licensed and bonded people that this is their profession. This is what they do. So we arrange the hotel transfers. All you have to know is where to meet them and what time you're going to be picked up on your way out to go back to the airport. So hotel transfers. We also have for our dream trips, our on-site dream trips host. That is someone there that is basically going to do all of pick up the pieces for you. So when you come and check in, you're going to check in at the hotel. You're also going to check in with our dream trips host, where they're going to give you your agenda. So you don't have to think you're on vacation. They're going to help you and say, all right, here are your drink vouchers. Let's just say, here's your drink vouchers, and we'll see you at 6 o'clock on the 5th floor or at the lobby lounge or whatever the location is. I have that's my example because like I said, we have that Miami dream trip and I get to see all the pictures of everyone getting their drink vouchers. They all went to the pool bar and they all redeemed it. And they actually themed it a black and gold bathing suit party. So it looked really fun. But we have that on-site DreamTrips host. If you need anything, if you don't know what time you're supposed to meet downstairs for your ride back to the airport, your host has all that information for you and is happy to provide that to you. They're there for you, for your assistance. And also, if you have an excursion going on, they'll let you know, hey, I'll meet you downstairs at 5 o'clock. We've got a pickup. A bus will be there to pick us up. So they're just there to help guide you along the way as you're enjoying your vacation. The next thing is a welcome reception of some sort. Sometimes it's a reception, sometimes it's a dinner, sometimes it's a party. As you can see in Miami, it was a welcome party at a pool. So we have some sort of welcome built into your dream trip. It's a great way to connect with other members that are on the same trip from all over, and you meet new friends and you get to see who you get to spend the next few days with. Again, that's a choice for you. If you're like, I'm disconnecting, staying in my room the whole time, good for you. Go ahead and do that. But if you want to partake in the dream trip element and go out and have fun on the excursions, you'll get to know all the people that you're on the trip with. Then there's some sort of curated excursion included in your trip. Again, you're not having to plan it all. It's already planned for you. We give you all the details. We tell you when to meet, what's included, where we're going, what we're doing, what to wear, what to bring. All of those things are provided assistant style through your host. So those are your curated excursions. And it could be anything from, if you're in Kenya, you're going on an African safari to, a bus tour, or New York City, you're going to a show on Broadway. It can be whatever that trip has for their excursion. And then I'm going to skip the middle one because I'm going to go straight to the last one, which is the farewell dinner. We have some sort of a farewell event. Sometimes it's a dinner, sometimes it's a party. And we have that built in just so that everyone can share their photos, say their goodbyes, and end on a high note and have a great time together. So that is typically on a dream trip. Now, for our priority members, we have the special exclusive offering of being able to offer them their VIP airport lounge access. And what that is your priority membership. So we have 2 tiers of membership, a standard and a priority. So for the priority members, you have the option to go ahead and before your travel date happens, make a reservation with your concierge app, not an app, you're online. When you log into dreamtrips.com, you'll have a tab. You'll be able to go through concierge and make reservations for your airport lounge access. And the concierge goes ahead and takes care of it for you, but you got to make that initial request and they take care of it for you. So when you get to the airport, you can go hang out in the lounge until your flight. It's great. I love them. I love it because a lot of times you're wandering around the airport and by the time you purchase something to eat, you've probably already broke your bank account. Airports are very expensive, but you can go ahead and go there. Typically they have beverages for you. They have some like snacks or lunch or something available to you. But for me, I love the fact that they offer spaces where you can plug in your computer and get to work. And it's usually a quiet environment. I love it. So anyways, that option is reserved for our priority members. So that's the framework of Dream Trips. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into a couple other Dream Trips, or a couple of new Dream Trips that we have. A couple of them are reminders of Dream Trips that are actually closing soon, but letting you know, and we'll talk and expand a little bit more about what Dream Trips are throughout these next few slides that we have. So our featured Dream Trips, we're going to go to Maldives. This is a brand new Dream Trip that we have offered. And this one is paired back to back with another Dream Trip. So we know that some of these are great distance from where you live. It depends on where you're from. So if you are perhaps from Hungary or somewhere in Europe, going to this part of the world is for 5 nights, 4 days, might be worth it for you. Or sometimes you're like, I would like to stay longer than that, which is no problem. So a lot of our further destination trips, we try to build them after other trips. So what I mean is we have back-to-back trips. So as you can see in the top right-hand side, back-to-back dream trip, Dubai Sparkling New Year's Eve Extravaganza. So we have that already in the portal on dreamtrips.com. So perhaps you're like, I'm traveling from afar. I'm going to travel all the way to Dubai and I'm going to do that trip for a few days. And then I'm going to continue my travels and go to Maldives. and then extend my trip. Because if you're in that part of the world anyway, what's another couple hour flight to go to a different destination? So that's our mentality when we're building these trips. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we just have a standalone trip and that it is what it is. And you can always build on your own adventure as you please. You don't have to see if there's an actual dream trip to pair it with. You can create your own adventure. But in this case, we have created your adventure if you would like to go ahead and linger in that part of the world and make a big experience of it. So this trip to Maldives is January 2nd through the 6th, and it's 5 days, 4 nights. Highlights, let's see. You have the welcome cocktail upon arrival. You also have a beach bungalow as your place that you'll be staying with direct access to the beach. So if you're looking for an incredible getaway, maybe you do a life reset at the beginning of every year. This could be the perfect trip for you. I would say do this with your spouse, a significant other, or plan it with a bunch of friends and go and have a nice little retreat for yourselves and do something different. So it's a great location to reset, that's for sure. Your all-inclusive adventure, so this is an all-inclusive resort, will include daily breakfast, all your lunches, your dinners, also your refreshments and drinks at the beach bar. So that's awesome. Selected cocktails and spirits in the evenings, also at the beach bar. And then you're going to have access to all of these sun loungers and beach towels, which if you've ever been to a resort and had to rent those, they can get quite pricey. But here, because it's included in the plan, you don't have to worry about that. Keep your wallet in the safe. You might want to take some tip money, but that's the least of your worries, right? As far as all these different expenses that could come up when you're on vacation. So when you look at that price, you're like, okay, it's an inclusive price. You'll also have access to included in your package price, your snorkeling gear, and also guided tours of the house reef. So that's pretty amazing. You can have such an adventure on this trip. And of course, your round trip transfers by seaplane. All these islands throughout that area of the world will require transfers because everything is its own island. So you'll definitely need transportation by seaplane. So your transfers are included here in this trip. So if you're interested in this trip, this is a dream break. So remember when I was going through DreamTrips and all the inclusions, this is a dream break. So basically everything that's listed that I shared with you, plus more that will be on the website. We can't fit everything on the slide, right? If you want specifics, go to dreamtrips.com to read the full itinerary and all the inclusions of this trip. But the main difference between a dream break and a dream trip is the fact that there won't be a host. It's okay. It just means that there's not a human body on that trip with you as a DreamTrips representative, which is okay. We still have you connected to a communication portal where we are still there as your customer service while you're on the trip. If you have any questions or need anything worked on, you will always be able to connect remotely on an app with our staff. So you won't be left in the dark to figure things out. We're still be there for you should any needs arise. All right, let's go to a different part of the world, Greece. This one closes very, very soon. This is a different trip. This is going to be a very much Explore Santorini trip. 4 days, 3 nights. You will have, this is actually one of our popular trips, a welcome reception there at the resort, daily buffet breakfasts, also a sunset tour of Santorini, including the 360-degree view from the highest point in Santorini. And you get to see all those views that you see in pictures only that we always see advertised about Santorini. You'll be in that spot taking your own photos from your own phone or camera. A countryside lunch on the beach, also checking out the different villages throughout the area. It's very, very popular, very famous locations. We'll round it out with a farewell dinner, eating the local cuisine, of course, and then this will include the shared round trip airport transfers. And so this is available to you also on dreamtrips.com. Now, let's jump right into another part. This is the same part of the world, but we like to experience them back to back, like I said earlier. So if you're going to one place in the world, hey, may as well piggyback off onto another trip and do a different adventure. So the first one, you're going to Santorini, and then you can come to Greece. Athens, Greece, and you'll be able to experience this again, visited by hundreds, if not thousands, of our Dream Trip members in the past. 4 days, 3 nights. You'll get the welcome reception there at the hotel. You'll have a daily breakfast buffet. You'll do a full day tour of Athens this time. So you're going to see all the different things that you see in pictures in person and be able to just oh gosh, just walk the grounds, feel the history, understand the history, and we'll wrap it up with that farewell dinner as well. So these are the Greece trips that we have, and Kenya. So we're jumping all over the world here. Kenya, we have our very popular safari there in Nairobi, September 27th through October 3rd. 7 days, 6 nights. And as you can see, there are notations as far as what this is a back-to-back trip on with. So this one is Cairo, Egypt. We do have a back-to-back experience, but I'm not really talking about that on this call, I don't think. Maybe I'm going to talk about that next. I can't remember if I saw that slide on this one or not, but all the different options we have are all listed on dreamtrips.com. So what's included on this trip is going to be your airport transfer to Nairobi, your welcome drinks and snacks. We also let you know in the listing, if you read the listings on dreamtrips.com, we recommend what airport to fly into. So you're not having to figure that out too. Oh gosh, now I got to figure out what hotel is the closest to my hotel, what airport is closest to my hotel. We have all that information ready for you. And we also send you an email with all the information as far as what you need to do on your end to properly fill out paperwork before getting into different countries. We try to make it as easy as possible on your travels. But you're going to get your welcome drink with snacks here on this trip, daily breakfast. 3 lunches and 6 dinners are included. So you do have some flexibility, some time for you to go and wander and explore on your own and go find your own meals. We always like to include that flexibility, but you're also going to have an inter-country train travel included here. So you're going from a couple of destinations. So you'll have a total of 4 game drives, because we know you got to increase your chances of seeing animals and more animals. Sometimes you want to drive and maybe they just didn't feel like going to the areas that you were driving through. They're animals. It's not created. It's not, hey, the giraffes cross here every day at 5:00. No, sometimes they don't want to. Sometimes they just got done eating and they don't want to. So it's very live. So that's why we have more game drives, to increase your chances of seeing all, maybe even the big 5. So you're also going to go to several different villages. You're going to have a bush-style barbecue dinner, and also game viewing opportunities in the national parks, and transferring between the accommodations. That's already taken care of. You don't have to figure anything out. The trip is created and designed for you to just, like I said, you choose the trip. It will take you from one place to another. We'll just tell you where to go and what time to be there. And you're also going to do a half-day Mombasa Island city tour. A lot of our members have actually done this and actually repeated this trip, came back and brought family members or brought back friends because they absolutely loved their experience. This is one of those trips where we were told, hey, let's not spend 2 nights in this one city. Let's only spend 1. And that was a change we made about 2 years ago. We're like, all right, someone was willing to share that information. Members always want to make the experience better for the next time they do it, but also for other members. So it's great to get all of your feedback and really help and design the most perfect trips for all of the others. And there we go. Lo and behold, I am going to talk about Egypt. Sorry for the formatting. October 4th through the 7th, 4 days, 3 nights. You're going to see the pyramids. How amazing is that? You're going to get your welcome reception, also your daily breakfast, a full day tour of Cairo and the pyramids. You're going to see different mosques. You're going to see museums. You're going to see pyramids of Sphinx, the Valley Temple. Going to be an adventure, and also do a little shopping as well. We want to also submerge you in the culture of the shopping, the eating, the everything, the cuisine, and bring you through as much of it as we can in a short period of time, 4 days, 3 nights. But again, you can piggyback this with the trip with possibly Kenya. And I think there's actually a couple different options. Jordan, here's another one. You can do Jordan back to back with this trip. You'll have a dinner cruise on the Nile River with some entertainment, and of course your shared round trip airport transfers. So lots of different things that we have included on our trips, and go through everything. We have options from all over the world there on dreamtrips.com. We're very excited to be able to bring all of that to you. So thank you. That's it from me. We have a lot of trips, but thanks for journeying through the world with me. But at this point, what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring on our CEO of DreamTrips, Mark Smith.
All right. I appreciate that, Tammy, and I'm excited to be here today. Today's focus, if everybody has noticed yet, and Tammy, if you can just put me on large screen or whatnot, I see a small picture of myself. If it's working, I'm good. If not, let me know. So there we go. And so today's focus is really on the travel membership, the travel system. For those of you that are new here. Welcome to DreamTrips, the DreamTrips community, the DreamTrips travel family. We're always happy when you get on this call. Why? Because we're either coming off a trip, about to go on a trip, or we're celebrating other people on a trip. And it's just amazing. We're getting ready to obviously gear up for Greece, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But right now, as Tammy said, we have people that are on trips all over the world right now. I know you might even see some folks come in. We've got a whole team in Miami right now on a killer trip, but they're actually on their excursion. I'm actually in their WhatsApp group, and they just popped in a video. And so that's pretty cool to be able to watch a live excursion while we're in it. Tim, if you just check the chat, people are saying the screen went blank. I think Zoom has an update, by the way. I know that's probably what it is. When you see these black screens when we're sharing our slides, that's not on our slides. That's actually a Zoom update. We probably need to make one, and just everybody just know that maybe after this Zoom today, go grab an update, because that's usually what it means, right? Our folks that are in Miami right now, I'm sure they'll pop in here in a little bit. I just shot them a message and asked them how they were doing. And so one of the things that we're going to talk about here today is, as Tammy started off, is exactly what a dream trip is, right? So you got that concept. That's a kind of a template of every single dream trip. So whether you're in the Maldives, or you're in Rome, or you're in Jamaica, you're in the Dominican Republic, you're in Italy, you're in the floating market in Thailand, no matter what trip you're on that's a dream trip, because not all trips are dream trips. Some trips are dream breaks, like Tammy talked about. They don't have a host and they're a little bit different. But on a dream trip, that is the difference of a dream trip than the regular way that people travel. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that to a different level, where Tammy gave you the bookends. Okay. We pick you up, we drop you off, and everything in between. Okay. And what I'm going to talk about now is what really makes that so different than your average trip. And what I'm also going to do, and I can see my fan here, so I'm going to go ahead and there we go. Trying to see my fan above my head here, my weird screen here today. I don't want anyone to get all wigged out on what is the flashing thing up there. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give an in-depth, and today is going to be a very beneficial day on the benefits of a DreamTrips membership. So you're going to get an in-depth, how does the membership work? What is the value? What are the benefits outside of what Tammy has talked about? And I'm going to dig into concierge a little bit more. And that's another benefit of priority. And then we have a special guest speaker here today. And what I'm here to tell you about this special guest speaker is you're going to get, in my opinion, the single best way to save money on travel. We here at DreamTrips, we really know how to use our discount portal. Not everybody knows how to get the best benefit of it, right? So if you just go in and check one hotel and maybe there's only a 3% discount, you might think, oh man, is there any real good deals on here, right? There's unbelievable deals if you know how to use it. Now, if you become a dream tripper, you're going to use that portal a different way. Okay. And we're going to teach you that today. We're going to have an entire segment. So make sure you stick to the very end. And we're going to have the number one trip builder from the portal. And this guy is amazing. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. So you're going to get soup to nuts, every single thing you need to know about a DreamTrips membership today. And when you leave this Zoom today, you're going to know I can go get discount travel on my portal. And we're going to teach you how to do that, whether it's condos, cruises, hotels. We're going to teach you how to combine some of those things together, how to really use loyalty points. Okay. And then in addition to that, knowing everything about a dream trip, what's the difference? What's that competitive advantage of a dream trip? Okay. So here we go. I'm going to get in here and start sharing my screen. Hopefully my update worked. Let's see here. There we go. And boom, I'm there. I hope everybody can see that. And I'm going to first start off with our travel system. Okay. Now, for those of you that are new to DreamTrips, once again, welcome as a DreamTrip member. And also this DreamTrips Academy obviously is for affiliates. I'm sure we have just some members on here that are not affiliates, and that's okay. But it's really geared towards affiliates so that you know how to, everything a DreamTrip membership has and comes with and what the benefit is. And then you know how to market a DreamTrips membership and then what your commissions are, what's in it for me, right? And so I want to start off with, this is what we lead with in our travel system, okay? We have 3 packages that we lead with, and they range from $3,000 to $1,000 to $500, okay? So I start high and I finish low. It's marketing 101, and typically people will buy the middle, and that's why this screen is set up this way. This is a similar slide that we use in our opportunity overviews, because typically human nature is if someone doesn't have $3,000, okay, if that's out of their budget, and then there's that $500 price, they may not want the lowest package and they end up going to the middle. So this is a marketing page, and this is well tested in our industry. People buy to the middle. Okay, so we start high, we finish low, but we try to drive everybody to the middle package. Okay, and so what these packages are, what the value of the packages are, very important to note. Okay, first of all, our $3,000 package is what we call our Globetrotter package. Okay, now that package is valued at over $15,000. Okay, now I've had someone ask me, is it really valued at over $15,000? That's an actual number, like run through our legal department. There's a real number there. It's the dollars and cents, everything. Okay, it's not a made up number. And what that's coming to is that's 1 year of our priority membership. So that's our top tier DreamTrips membership. That's 1 year of the membership. It's $10,000 in loyalty points. Now, if you don't know how to use loyalty points, you may say, I don't care about the loyalty points. It's $10,000. It's not, these are not like air. Okay. Some of these loyalty programs out there, they mean nothing. The points aren't worth anything. Okay. So don't blink an eye or you will miss what the value is here. And then when we transition into our second or into our third section here today, you're going to learn how to use these points like you've never learned how to use them before. Okay. And so they're dollar for dollar value. In other words, you can buy the price discount down off of the public offering. So this is member only pricing. And so compared to like booking.com, expedia.com, you can buy down and they already have the best rates online, right? That's where we all go. They're the best rates. We go there to test our rates. Okay. And so we know those are the best rates, Expedia, booking.com. In general, that's where most people go. So when we say $10,000 in loyalty points, that's literally a dollar for dollar match inside of that ecosystem so that you can buy down the discount off of the general public rate. So if the public rate is $300 a night, okay, and the DreamTrips rate is $200 a night, you get to use $100 of the loyalty points to buy it down to the $200 a night. We have the best rates. We will beat Expedia and Booking probably 96% of the time, okay? Now, I make sure I say that because there's always that one person that will go in there and say, I found where you guys are the same, or I found where you're $2 more or $3 more. In general, it's about 96% of the time, we're going to be cheaper. Okay, so right away, if you're already saving 10, 20% off of the cheapest site online, you got a discount, right? But we want to teach you how to go get 30%, 40%, 50%, 60% and higher. We're going to teach you how to do that today, okay? So to get back to the value of the package, $10,000 in loyalty points, they never expire for the life of your membership. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more on retention in a little bit. You get a 7-night condo certificate, okay? 15 days after you purchase the package is when you can request the certificate. And you have two options. You have our VIP certificate, which is limited access. I think there's only about 30 locations around the world because it's very high end. It's mostly Mexico, some in Australia, and in Florida. Okay, but they're very high end. What I mean by that is that VIP condo certificate, for example, the Vedante Riviera Maya, which is I would call it a 7-diamond resort. It is absolutely top tier. The king size executive room that has a plunge pool on your balcony is approximately, let's say, between probably $1,200 and $1,300 a night. And I don't even know if that includes fees. Okay. So just picture what that costs. So what's a 1-week vacation looking like when you're paying $1,300 a night? Okay. So you're $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. Let's just face it, with taxes and fees, you're probably around $9,000 to $10,000 for a week at the Vedante Riviera Maya. Okay. Public price. If you go to their website, you're going to see those prices right now. Okay. With our condo certificate, these aren't these like $2 certificates. We pay real money for these certificates. Okay. These are the higher end certificates. You're going to be able to go there paying the taxes and the fees. And it's different depending. I hate to quote a number because it depends what week you pick. Is it a holiday week? Are they really busy? But I'm going to tell you in general, I've kept an eye on that particular property. And with our certificate, you're looking at $400, $500, $600, okay, for something that someone else is paying $7,000 to $10,000 for. That's just one example. Not every single resort is like that, but every single resort on our condo certificate, on the VIP one, is completely in an unbelievable deal because all we're doing is taxes and fees where the general public is paying a massive amount. Okay. Now, if you want more of a global approach, you can choose our global certificate. Okay. And that's thousands of condos around the world as low as $299 a week. Okay, so $299 a week. A lot of those are the style of condos that have a 1 or 2 bedrooms, and it'll indicate whether it has a kitchen or not. And you're going to learn in a little bit on our section on how to maximize the discount portal and how to really learn how to travel at a discount. You're going to learn on how to maximize using condominiums at $299 a week and $499 a week and some of these different discounts we have in our portal. And if you look at our current condo portal and you look at the condo certificate, there's some different condos on both. So you don't necessarily have access to the exact same condos on our regular portal versus the certificate, but you get to choose. And so it's really packed with a lot of value. You also get a 4-night cruise for 2. You pay the taxes and fees, you get that certificate. So you're getting, think about this, someone's spending $3,000. They're getting 1 year of a membership. They're getting $10,000 dollar for dollar loyalty points. They're getting a 1-week condo vacation. They're getting a 4-day cruise for 2. Okay. Just think about that. The value is $15,559 and change for a reason. So we're adding that up. Okay. Now, $3,000 is not our primary pack that is not the most common pack that's bought because it's obviously a little bit on the high end, $3,000. We obviously sell them. People that are going to travel a lot, that's the pack for them. People that like to just pay everything up front, that's the pack for them. Okay. People that want, I know Micaiah York, for example, he's a new 50K affiliate. He sold a Globetrotter pack to just a member only. They have no interest in the business. They weren't joining the business. Why did they buy the Globetrotter pack? Because they wanted as many loyalty points as possible because they plan on doing a lot of travel and they're going to just use those all over the world. And then they wanted the condos and the cruise certificate, right? So it's someone that's a major travel is going to get that pack. The middle pack at $1,000 is valued at $6,200 and change, right? So it's $1,000. You're looking at 3 months of a priority membership. Okay, that's our top tier membership, $3,000 in loyalty points. You're getting the condo certificate and you're getting it 3 months later, because it's 6 months as a paid member, you get the cruise certificate. So 3 months, 3 more months of a paid membership, they'll get the cruise certificate on that pack. On the traveler pack, that's our $500 pack. You get 1 month of our basic, what we call our standard membership. You're getting $1,000 in loyalty points. So that is a great entry pack. That is like the minimum where I try to stay. Okay. Now, as builders, let's talk about commission, BV, driving volume, driving a team, and how to really go out there and race through the ranks. Okay. If you look at the Globetrotter, it's $1,500 in BV. All right. So that's a no joke pack. You're getting $1,500 in BV put in your binary. And you're also getting a jumpstart bonus of $600. Okay. So there's a lot of jumpstart money in these packs as well. And so we have some of the highest BV in these packs. Of all the products in MDC, you will find that these packs have some of the highest BV value, as well as our membership. And if you look at the Jet Setter, you're still at a $200 Jet Setter bonus, $500 in BV. And then our Traveler pack, you're still a $100 Jet Jumpstart and a $250 BV rate. Packed with what I call, these are builder packs. Okay. Now, personally, for those of you that don't know me, I've been a leader in the field in network marketing for well over 20 years, both Tammy and I full time. And so I'm talking to you as a builder, right? These are builder packs. I've always, from the first day I ever joined this industry, was driving my organization and driving the product that we were offering to drive that high volume, to drive high sales. And when I got into marketing products, I always led with packs, 100%. Okay, always wanted to, it's the best value for the member, it's the best value for the affiliate, and it's the best push as a builder to have a system where it's $500 packs or it's $1,000 packs or it's $3,000 packs. Now, for those of you that are international builders, so Tammy and I have built all over the world. We've lived all over the world in the past 20 plus years building. So for those of you that have built in some of the international markets, you'll know some of these packs, and you may already be thinking this way, we built these price ranges for different styles in different cultures around the world. For example, if you were building in some of the Asian countries around the world, they build with large packs. Okay, I've always built with large packs, even up into the $5,000 range in some of the countries in Asia, because the mentality there is this: I want to get the biggest value. Okay, I want to pay it up front. I want to get the biggest value, and I want the biggest bonus from it, and I want to drive the largest amount of BD. That's how they build, and that's why the biggest explosion in the last, probably decade in our industry has definitely come from Asia. And that is why. Okay. So that $3,000 pack is definitely suited for that. But packs in general are a different way to build. Okay. And it's just getting into that rhythm of leading with the pack. Now, what happens if you start high, finish low, and someone still says, man, I can't afford it? Let me start with this, okay? I'm the CEO of DreamTrips. So you would think, oh, I'm going to tell you everyone has to buy the $3,000 pack. If they don't have the money, tell them they need to buy the pack. No, that's not how to do this, okay? Never sell too much to someone, okay? Never sell something to someone that they can't afford. And I'm telling you that right here as the owner. I would rather have someone buy something of lesser value, of lesser money to the company, and they keep it and they're happy, than for some slick salesperson to twist someone's arm and get them to buy something that they absolutely can't afford or wouldn't even use. So always drive your business with ethics. Always sell the appropriate package to someone. But we're salespeople, right? You may not want to call yourself salespeople. I say we're in the show business. We show people our business, okay? We show people tools. We play videos. We put people on presentations. But at the end of the day, something has to be sold, right? And so when you want to talk about how to sell, and you want to talk about how to market, and you want to talk about how to build in this industry, I think it's very important to understand how to build with a pack system, okay? And so we start, when I sit down with someone, I'm going to start with the Globetrotter. Now, I'm going to show this. It's a version of this slide. It doesn't show BV in the Jumpstart. You wouldn't want to sit down with a prospect and say, here's how much I get as a bonus. Okay, when you go to the car lot and you buy a new car, that there's not a sign on it that says, when you buy this car, the guy that's selling it to you is making $5,000, right? It doesn't say that. So you wouldn't use this slide prospect facing. This is field facing, right? This is the inside looking at information. It's not the outside looking at the product. Very important to understand that. So the approach is this. I start with a similar slide to this, and I'm going to say, look, we have 3 great value packs. Our best value pack is our Globetrotter, and I go through that. I said one of our most common packs is our Jet Setter, and then I talk about our Traveler pack is at 500. Okay, and I read the prospect. When I start at 3,000, they go, oh man, 3,000, I could never do that. I don't focus on it. I'm not saying that, man, you really need to do it. If you're a player, you'll get it. Guys, those are old, junky terms of network marketing that no one likes. No one wants to be sold. Let's just face it. I wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want it. You don't want that. Okay. So read the prospect, okay, mirror match the prospect. If the prospect's, hey, oh my gosh, 3,000, I could never do that. Boom, move on. Go to the next one. Say, hey, yeah, 3,000. That's for someone who's traveled a lot. They want to get everything up front. They want to pay everything in a year. Yeah, no problem. Let me go to our most common pack. See how I do that? I don't make a big deal about it. See, I just want to get a sale. I'm going to start high and I'm going to finish at the close. If I close at 3,000, woohoo, $600 joint Jumpstart. Great. If the 3,000 is completely out of the ballpark, just make it out of the ballpark. Yeah, hey, look, that's for someone that's really traveling, wants to pay for a year up front. Most people, the most common pack in our value pack is our Jet Setter. And now I'm at what? I'm at Traveler and Jet Setter. I'm at 500 to 1,000. I'm mirror matching my prospect. I'm either on a Zoom or at a Starbucks, and I'm in person, hopefully, or at least I can read them, or at least hear listening to them. That's important. Listen to the hot buttons. If someone's hot button is, man, I can't get started because I don't have $3,000. If you keep saying you got to get started at $3,000, they're not getting started. Okay, so just be smart about it. This is a very good training, and I'm not trying to compliment myself. Very good training in the fact that how many people have told me no in 20 something years. How many times have I blown it? Here's they put me on here, guys, for this. Hey, if Mark Smith can do it, you can do it. But they put me on here as well because once you get hundreds and hundreds of no's over 20 plus years, you figure out, oh, this is why they say no. Every time I put the pressure on the bigger pack, man, I get a big no. Oh, wow, I shouldn't pressure people if they don't want the big pack. And I stopped doing that. I'm not even talking about in DreamTrips. I'm talking way back in my career. And then when I started to learn how to mirror match, I'm like, okay, all right, cool. I'm mirror match my prospect. All right, don't worry about the big pack, Mark. They don't want it. And then when I realized, like, hey, listen, the big pack's not for everybody. That's for someone that's really looking to go all in. I throw some little things in, like someone that really wants to go all in is going to do that. But most people end up here at 1,000 or the 500. So I'm mirror match, and then I get the sale. So if someone says, yeah, I really want to do it, but I don't have $1,000, I instantly retreat to the 500. I go, hey, listen, here's the deal. The only thing that matters is we get you a good value at enough loyalty points and get you started in your business. So the Traveler pack is just a great option. Okay. Now, if you're taking notes, and I hope you are, okay, I am sticking to these 3 packs as much as I can. So I'm quickly out of the Globetrotter if they're not there. I'm quickly out of the Jet Setter if they're not there. And I'm now really trying to close on the Traveler pack. Okay. So I am trying to go full circle and close on the Traveler pack. Now, if I'm going to lose the sale, if my prospect is going to walk away from the meeting. If they're like, great, I love it, I wish I could do it, I just don't have that kind of money. And at the very end, I have another option. Okay. Now I'm going to give you that option in a minute. And that option is going to be to bring them in as a member affiliate with no pack. Okay. Now, some of you start at that level because you don't have the confidence. Okay. You don't have the confidence in this approach. Okay. And you start at the membership and try to work to the pack. That will never work. If someone knows I can get in for 80, there's no other conversation. Okay. So I start with the packs. And if I'm not going to get the member signed up and I'm not going to get a new team member, I'm going to revert to just bringing them in, which is the $80 standard membership or the $130 priority membership and the free affiliate for MDC. I'm going to go that route. Now, they're not going to get all these benefits. I know these benefits are worth it. I know the value numbers we gave you are legitimate and certified, if you would. So I feel super confident. And I know that the other thing is this: however you bring someone in, 75% of the training, okay, in this industry is done in the way that you bring someone in. Just think about that. 75% of the training is done in the way that I recruit you into the company. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means if I do it wrong, that means in your head as a new prospect that's now a new affiliate and team member, you get 75% of it wrong day one. So if I mess it up, they're going to duplicate something you don't want them to duplicate. If I do it right, 75% of the training's already done and they're duplicating what I want them to duplicate. So I want my team to duplicate packs. So leading with the pack and retreating to a membership is a different system. Okay. And so if Mary Smith ends up saying, okay, I'm in, Mark, I wish I could do the bigger pack, but I'll do the traveler pack. Okay. What do you think Mary Smith is going to sell to her contacts? The traveler pack. Okay. She may even struggle with showing the Globetrotter and Jet Setter because she bought the traveler pack. That's how much that works. Okay. So she's going to duplicate that pack. So when Mary Smith starts her business and I start working with her, I do a game plan interview. I use our one-page getting started right document. It's in the resources folder under training in the MDC portal. When I get her started with our one-page document and I do what we call a game plan interview, we kickstart their business. We should call it jumpstart now, right? And so when I do that and she starts and I teach her how to share a video and I teach her how to approach her warm market, when I'm going to talk about approaching with the pack, she's not sitting there going, oh, no, I don't want to really show people packs. Why? She bought one. So if you're only selling someone just the membership and then you're recruiting them in with just the membership and then you think they're going to have the confidence to then turn around and sell packs, they're not. So some people in the DreamTrip ecosystem and the DreamTrips family, this is not a bad thing. I don't want anyone to read this as negative. It's not a bad thing. But they're stuck in an $80, $80, $80, $80. That's their maximum. So their minimums became their maximums. Why? Because they started at the bottom with only 80. So if you start at 80, you're only going to duplicate 80. You're not going to duplicate up. You only duplicate or duplicate down. Okay. You're going to duplicate at the same level or down. It doesn't duplicate and go up. What I mean by that is you don't sell someone an 80 pack and then they build a whole team of people selling Globetrotters. That's not how it works, right? So that's why I like to sometimes give the psychology around why I'm doing it like this and explain it. Because if you're like me, I wanted to know when I first joined this industry. I came from the military and I'm like, okay, well, but why? And I drove my sponsors in upline crazy. They're like, why is this kid always asking why? I wasn't asking why as a negative. I was asking why to understand because I wanted to make money. And I'm like, all right, why do I need to do that? How does it work? Because Tammy and I were two young kids. We were broke. We had credit card debt. We couldn't afford our rent. We had no food in the fridge. That's where we were at one point in our lives. And we joined this industry to get out of that. And so we were there. At the end of the day, we were so coachable, probably because we came from the military. We were super coachable in the military. That it's like, here's the rules. Step 1, step 2, step 3. That was our advantage. We just didn't even know that. It was like, yes, sir. What do I do first? Make a list of all your contacts. Yes, sir. Aye, sir. Let me write my list. It's funny, but that was our mentality. That's all we knew. Well, guess what? We were taught to follow directions. We were taught to pay attention. That's not how society is. Most people buck the system, right? They're like, why? I'm not going to pay attention. How does that work? Well, why do I do it? I'm going to do it my own way. So I did try it my own way in the very, very beginning. It did work. Okay. So I went back to the way it was supposed to be. And I just said, okay, this is just like the military. I'm going to follow the roadmap. I'm going to follow the system. I'm going to plug into the senior people. It's funny. When you're in the military, you're listening to senior people. Why? Because you'll get killed if you don't listen to senior people. That's the reality of it. And this is basic stuff. You're getting off the back of a helicopter. They drop you off from the top of a mountain. And the senior guy is standing there telling you, only go that way, only go that way. And you don't want to go that way and you go the other way. Guess what you just did? You just walked into the tail rotor of the helicopter. You don't want to know what that looks like, okay? Because you wanted to go a different way. And the senior guy that's a little bit older than you, that's been around a while, that probably watched a guy walk through a helicopter rotor, says, you got to go the other way, okay? So I didn't really question too much when it came to network marketing, because I was like, I don't want to get hit by the tail rotor. I want to be able to make money. I don't want to get wiped out. Okay. And for some of you right now, if you're brand new and you're trying to figure out what is this affiliate marketing thing, and you send a video and how's it all work, just realize the number one thing that made me understand this more was somebody is successful when you're successful. So if you have success here, there are several people in your upline leadership team, including the company, all the way to the top of the company, right? They have success when we have success. So why would they tell us to do something that would not make us successful? Just think of that for a second. If I'm a affiliate and I make money, my sponsor makes money, their upline makes money, their upline makes money, the company makes money, everybody's happy. So why would they give me not so good information? Exactly. They give you the exact information you need to be successful. But human nature is we want to make it complicated. We want to unwind it. We want to unpackage it. We want to make it better. It's human nature, okay? Human nature is this. If it's not complicated, there's nothing to hide from. See, most times people don't want to follow a system because it's simplicity is great and it creates duplication, but simplicity means there's nothing to hide from. So some people don't like simplicity because if it doesn't work, it means they didn't do it. So it's human nature. They try to complicate it. It's simple. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And so I like to give the psychology behind this before I go to really what the next level would be. Is at the end of the day, if Mary Smith says, Mark, I really want to do this, but like right now money's tight. I can't do $500. I'm a single parent. I got 2 jobs, and I'm trying to do this to make money. I just don't have the 500 right now. I'll say, listen, Mary, here's the deal. You can still be successful here. The packs are the best value, but if it's the difference of you getting started or not, so hopefully you wrote that down. I'm going to recommend you come in as a priority member with an affiliate, because at least we can get you started. You get the best benefits of the membership, and I can help you start making money. So I'm going to go right for priority. Priority is my number 1 membership. I barely sell standard. Why? Because the 65 BV, first of all, as a builder, that qualifies the comp plan. Okay, so I get the 65 BV is gonna qualify. So that 65 BV is what we get paid on the membership each month, but it qualifies as 90 BV in the MDC comp plan. So we don't get paid at 90 because it's not a 90 BV product. We get paid 65 BV, but it acts as 90 BV. And this is a unique product where that 90 BV is going to qualify you for the binary, and it's going to qualify if you have 3 people at 90 BV. You're totally qualified to max out the comp plan. Okay, so by just simply having a priority membership is going to give you an advantage, obviously, in the compensation plan. So I'm going to try to stick there, and I'll go down to the standard. If Barry says, hey, Mark, I can't do priority, I can only do standard. I'm not walking away from the table if Mary Smith says, I can only do standard. Okay, now I'm going to have a little fun with you for a minute. This is a fun exercise of what I've seen in the field. Okay, there's not even DreamTrips. It can be anything. I've sold skincare, nutrition, legal plans, travel memberships. It's the same with any product. Okay, it's a confidence thing. Okay, if you don't have the confidence, you get on these calls to gain knowledge and confidence. You go out and experiment and prospect, and you mess up a little bit, and that's okay, because you're getting confidence that way. No one's going to fire you. It's not a job. You don't get yelled at. Okay, so it's earn while you learn. The best part about it is you'll never be as bad as you are today. My sponsor told me that a long time ago. He goes, Mark, you're not really good at this business. He goes, but you'll never be as bad as you are today. And I was like, oh, I can work with that. That means tomorrow I'll be a little bit better. Okay. The only way to get better in our business is by talking to people. Okay. TTMP. Okay. That's the radio station that you want to turn yourself. There's a radio station for success in our industry. Okay. I'm going to give you it. Some of you just turn your dial to this station. It's TTMP. talk to more people. That's the radio station. You want more success? Talk to more people. Okay. If you're sitting in a box, you're sitting in a closet, you've got an umbrella over you, hiding from the world of prospecting, you're not going to get better. You're not going to increase your sales. You're not going to increase your check. It's talk to more people. And the whole thought process of you'll never be as bad as you are today is because if you talk to more people, you're getting better every time you do it. Oh, wow, that didn't work. The other thing is, you ever get that little frog feeling in your throat when you're nervous and you're about to approach someone and say, hey, let me tell you about my business. Now, that's not how I approach someone. You're in the line at the coffee shop, you start small talk, and now the opportunity comes where you might be able to say, hey, what do you do for a living? And they ask you. So you're ready to like, all right, I'm ready to do my magic, right? You ever get that little feeling in your throat? You're like nervous. Maybe some of you start to sweat. Your voice starts to, crack a little bit, right? That happens to everybody. That happens to me. That happens to me now. Not as much, but if I'm rusty, you might say, how does Mark get rusty? By not talking to more people. So if I go months or something without pitching my membership or approaching a prospect, I'll have that like little nervous and I feel, and I'll have to shake it off on the first couple of words, and I won't be that great in that prospecting scenario. Okay. But when I'm on and I'm prospecting all the time, it's almost like, wow, prospects are coming to me every single day. This is really cool. No, it's because you're out there and you have what? Open for business sign. I have my open for business sign because I'm on my radio. I got the radio station dialed in, the Success Radio. TTMP, talk to more people. I'm talking to more people. I'm talking to people every day. And every day my sign is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I got a billboard now that says open for business. Okay. If I'm not doing that, my sign gets smaller and smaller and I can put it in my pocket and I'm just another dude walking around, maybe even a little weird because I keep looking at someone because I want to talk to them, but I'm too nervous because I haven't done it that while. And they're looking at me and I'm looking at them and I'm like, who's this weirdo? Right. And then finally I walk away and they're like, that guy was a weirdo. Right. So talking to people and getting out there and following the system. Okay, now talking to people doesn't mean you're presenting the whole it doesn't mean you're doing a 90-minute pitch on the membership. It means you're doing the prospecting system and you're using a video. Okay, or you're prospecting, you're piquing someone's interest and you're sending to a live overview in person, one of our live Zooms, one of the team Zooms that you might be running. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, so just to elaborate a little bit on it. Now, let's take a little bit deeper dive. So our system is our pack system. And then I revert to a membership only. Okay. Now, another thing I want to really emphasize in traditional network marketing that I grew up in 20 plus years ago, it was like everybody was a rep. Okay. And there was not as much focus on customers. Okay. And what I'm here to tell you is that is not the way to build a business. That was a long time ago. And I have learned over the years, and I came from a great company. My very first company was a great company, still in business, 50 plus years. So there's something to learn from a 50 plus year old company. And it was in legal insurance. And their number one focus was the customer. Their number two focus was retention. Their number three focus was the customer. And don't get it out of order. Okay. So why are they here 50 years later? Because they focused on the customer. So it's very important to know that DreamTrips has that unique product offering. A lot of companies don't have this, right? That this product can stand alone outside of network marketing. We don't need network marketing for the product to work. A lot of companies have products that don't even work outside of network marketing. In other words, if a rep isn't buying it, it doesn't even work. Now, that's not a real business. Those companies end up not really lasting long term. And if you look at the great shift that I've been talking about lately on a lot of our trainings, is the shift that's happening right now. It was the gig economy shift. But in the gig economy shift, what has happened in our industry, it's customer. Okay, it's the number one shift that I can say that I've noticed. And the second part of that is affiliate. So no more of the complex network marketing style of building the business. So break the chains. That's what I love about what we're doing right now here is the fact that we have this affiliate marketing approach, which is simple. It's not complex. We have a consumer focus, which is customer. And personally here at DreamTrips, we are laser focused on retention. Retention is the number one thing that'll increase your check. I spent 11 years in what you would call almost the insurance industry. It was legal insurance. I didn't have an insurance license. You didn't need a license, but it was very much like insurance, right? The reason I bring that up is the retention, why we focused on retention is two reasons, okay? If you make the sale, why go out and get this? What if I sign up a customer today? Why and don't spend any time on retention, and then go get another customer tomorrow and spend no time on retention. All I'm doing, I got myself a job. All I'm doing is I have to get another one. I didn't do this for that. I did this to build a back end residual income of stacking membership base. Okay. In the insurance industry, people build insurance over years and then they retire at a young age and they get paid residual income on all the insurance policies they wrote because those people are keeping the policies. Insurance companies don't go, oh, let's sign the customer up 1 month, make a little bit of money, and who cares if they cancel next month? There would be no such thing as an insurance company. Okay. So why would we think we could do it different? Now, we're definitely not an insurance company. Okay. This is insurance, but I'm giving you the concept of retention. Okay. And I'm giving you the concept of how you build retention. In where I came from, I spent 11 years in that industry and of legal insurance plans or legal plans. Okay. And one thing that was unique that I got to learn that I've never heard anyone in network marketing ever share what I'm about to share with you, ever. I'm not bragging about that. I've never heard anyone share it. Probably because they can't, probably because their product can't. They can't speak to what I'm about to speak because they don't have these stats. Okay. So in the company I was a part of, they measured in this company at that time. I joined the company when they were like maybe 30 years old. They were able to measure that if you increased your retention by 1% across the board, it could increase your check by 10%. So if you could just get 3 or 4 or 5% of retention going, increased retention, you could take your check 20, 30, 40% higher. Why? Because you didn't have the attrition. See, some people build this business with no attention to the consumer and they don't even have the word retention in their head. So what they have is attrition. Now, every single product in the world has attrition. Every single company in the world has attrition. The number one products on the planet have attrition. Attrition means people cancel. They keep it 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then they cancel. That's attrition. And there's an attrition scale. What is your attrition scale? So if this is your growth, you're growing like this, and this is your attrition. Okay, it's hard to do with my hands. I'll do it a different way. This is your growth, and this is your attrition. That means you're going backwards, right? So if this is your growth, and this is your attrition is higher than your growth and your retention, right? And so eventually what happens is your check goes down. So in network marketing, when your check starts going down and you can't figure it out and you get this team and everybody's working, you probably don't have good retention on the product. So you're working harder and harder and harder because you have to outsell your attrition. Okay. So don't outsell your attrition. Who the heck wants to do that? That's like the worst job ever, right? It's like you're just shoveling mud as the tide's coming in. It's not going to be that successful. Okay. So why not work on everything? So why not work on retention so that here's my growth, here's my new sales, and I'm driving retention up and I'm driving attrition down, which means I get a double pump effect. What a double pump effect means is I'm increasing my members, I'm increasing my member base, but I'm increasing my retention just a little bit, just minuscule little movements on the dial of increasing your retention will have an unbelievable effect later on. And so in that company I was in, I really took that to the heart. I'm like, I went to the senior management, tell me everything I need to know on how to increase my retention, because I'll have to work less later on if I have better retention. I'll make more money now on the sales I'm writing now if I have better retention. I'll go to higher ranks than people who even have a bigger team than me, which I did. Okay, this is a company that was 30 years old. Tim and I came in and became like the number 4 earners in a 30-year-old company. It was a monster company. Okay, I'm not bragging to you because of retention. People went nuts. Like, how did they do it? We didn't do it overnight. It took us years. It was major players there, right? How did we do it? We did it a different way. We built a massive, strong army and a system and a team, but we had an edge that people didn't know is we were focused on retention. So we were driving sales and retention. No one could compete with us. And I know some of you were probably in that company, and all of a sudden, like, our team was called Team Freedom at the time. It went like this, and it went boom, and we became more than 50% of the arena at every convention. And eventually, the big dogs of the company were like, "Who's this young Navy couple? What the heck did they do?" And I started training on retention, and none of them believed it. They thought it was a waste of time. And we just kept growing and growing and growing. And basically, we became the team in that company. And other people caught on and started focusing on retention. And so this is a valuable lesson. No one teaches this in network marketing. So I've never heard anyone say, if you increase your retention by X%, you'll increase your check by this percent. Okay. So what do we do for retention? We have a couple of things that we want you to understand about retention. Okay. The first thing is our loyalty point system. Now, for those of you that were in MDC prior to DreamTrips coming over, you had loyalty points and they worked a different way. Okay. Do me a favor for a second. Take that program and put it completely aside. Ours is very different, and it exists for a different reason. Okay. Our program is obviously to give you the discounts, and they're bigger discounts. We have a slightly different platform, but it's a retention program. We call this our travel savings account. When you get a standard membership and a priority membership, they each come with the standard comes with $250 in loyalty points a month, and the priority comes with $400 in loyalty points a month. Okay. And every month it goes up 250, 250, 250. If you're a priority, it'd be 400, 400, right? And at the end of the year, you can see there's 3,000 points on one side and 4,800 on the other side. It's a retention program. It's a travel savings account. If you're not approaching it this way, you're not getting the benefit of why it was designed. So when we're talking to a member, say, look, you get 200 priority, you get $400 in travel discounts every single month, $400 dollar for dollar in our portal every single month, 400 every single month is going to add up $4,800 at the end of the year, dollar for dollar, that you will have earned as a travel discount. Okay. The points never expire for the life of your membership. Okay. That is very different than some of the other systems out there. It's a retention tool. It's a travel savings account. We're building that right from our 4-minute video, travel savings account, a big part of that beginning video. Look, DreamTrips is our main product. DreamTrips is our flagship product, but you need all kinds of touch points, okay, in marketing when you have a monthly membership to build retention waypoints. That's what they're called, okay? Our first retention waypoint is you're going to get loyalty points every single month for the life of your membership. They never expire, okay? So what does that do? Okay, for those of you that aren't using it this way, I get to call Mary Smith if her membership's in decline. And I go, hey, Mary, just want to let you know, saw that your membership did process month. You got $2,000 in loyalty points. I don't want you to lose all the benefits. Hey, let's get that membership activated. Okay. If you're not using any retention tool, what are you going to say to them? Hey, Mary, hey, can you get your membership activated so I can qualify for a new rank? Yeah, that doesn't work. That's the old way of doing network marketing. That pressure cooker where you're pressuring all your customers to buy stuff just so you can make money. That's old news. Okay. It's got to be consumer focused. And you'll make way more money. You'll drive way more volume by taking an approach of a consumer approach. Because just think about this. Does anyone put it in the chat? Have you ever walked into a store? Okay. Let's say you're buying a pair of shoes, or you walk into a ladies' dress store. Okay. And you walk in and you can see the salespeople. They got binoculars. They're like, all right, here comes a lady. She's about 5'8". Looks like she might be looking for a high-end dress. Oh, she's coming through the door. Everybody get ready. Is anyone put it in the chat? Have you been in the store like that? And then the salespeople are just on you. Hey, what can I help you with? What are you looking for today? Oh, just browsing. What are you browsing for? I'm going away. Okay. Oh, wow. Hey, hold on. And then the next thing, like 5 people are handing you coat hangers with dresses on them and whisking you into a changing room. So when I walk into those stores, I walk right out. It's not because I didn't want to buy something. I'm going right next door and buying something. I came to the mall to buy something, but I don't want to be pressure cooker. I want help from a salesperson, but I don't want to be driven into something that I don't want and pressure sold. So that pressure sales just to drive volume, it's not the way to build a business. Find value in the products. Find value. I'm talking travel here. So I'm partial to DreamTrips, right? The value in the product and drive the retention tool. So that's why we do it. Another thing that we do, okay, is the cruise certificate. After 6 months of a fully paid membership, you can request a cruise certificate from us where you get 4 days. For 2, you pay the taxes and fees. Okay. Now there's cruises in the portal that are at 0. So that there's 0 additional cost. You pay taxes and fees. There's cruises in there that may be $200 in taxes and fees, $500 taxes and fees. But every single thing in there is off the charts discount. And obviously the 0 that's just tax and fees is what most people want, right? But we've had plenty of people go in and book a cruise that might be $400 with the certificate, but it was a $2,500 cruise. Okay. Or they took one of the 0 cruises, they paid the taxes and fees, and then they maybe upgraded to an outside cabin or a balcony view, or they added a child. Okay. But for us, it's a retention tool. So Mary Smith is 3 months in and her membership declines for her 4th month. hey, Mary, hey, it's Mark. Hey, listen, just want to let you know your membership declined. Hey, look, you've got a ton of your loyalty points in your travel savings account. You got $1,300 in there. And also you're only two more payments away from your cruise certificate. So that's another waypoint. Okay. And we'll build other waypoints in the future, but that's our program on retention, where the usability of the membership. You want someone to use the membership. They're not always going to go on a dream trip every other month. But if you teach them how to use this portal, we can teach them how to use this portal all the time. Okay. Now I've saved somewhere between, say, $6,000 and $7,000 probably just during my son's baseball season. Okay. So he was in baseball. We would go to tournaments all over the place, different states. So we were flying or driving, renting cars, staying at hotels that we didn't know before. And I would just go in the portal, and every time I'm saving money. I'm going to a Holiday Inn. Someone else is paying $250. I'm paying $125. I'm there for a week. Man, just think of the money I just saved. Plus I got to rent a car. Okay. Just think. Or maybe I go to Daily Deals and I get a discount off of a franchise restaurant in Arizona where I'm at a baseball tournament. So if you're not using it that way, you're missing out. And we're very close to switching to our next trainer here. I got one more topic to end my segment. And I got maybe 5 minutes to go to our next speaker, and he's going to go through every single thing of how to take these points and do what I'm talking about. Okay. So let's go to, I got two more things to talk about. I'm going to show you how to get the membership for free. I want to mention on the priority membership, Tammy talked about the VIP lounges. Okay. Now I love having VIP lounge access. And believe me, I've flown on airlines that don't have an airline lounge, and then I get to use priority. I have been in airports where all they have is these priority lounges. Some of the smaller airports are like that. And I've been in airports where the VIP lounge is off the charts. Like in Dominican Republic, it has an outdoor on the roof swimming pool at the airport lounge. Free alcohol, free drinks, free food. It's got showers. It's got a pool. No joke. I'm telling you, it's got a pool. I was shocked at that. Okay. They're not all like that, but free Wi-Fi. Most lounges, all lounges will have Wi-Fi, but free Wi-Fi. Okay. They'll all have a snack of some sort. Some of them have full-blown meals, alcohol, regular soft drinks, juice. Some of them have massage chairs. Some of them have showers. But we've got about 1,300 plus airport lounges around the world, part of our network. Okay. So when you're selling the value of a priority membership to a member, there's that. And then obviously it's the travel savings account. You're getting $400 a month in discounts. Okay. You're getting the airport lounge access, but also you're getting concierge access. This is in almost every single language. It's very hard to find a language it's not in. You're going to go into live chat just like you were booking an airport lounge pass. Okay. And you're asking anything you can think of. So some people have asked me, Mark, what do you use concierge for? It's 24/7 global. Okay. And you can use this concierge service for just about anything you can imagine. I'm going to give you actual real things that people use it for. Okay. We get thousands of inquiries a month into the concierge program. And then we get a list of how every single member has used the concierge service. Okay. And they break it up into categories. So for example, we make in our report, it'll say like 482 people requested an air lounge pass. Okay. Airport lounge pass. It'll say 250 people booked a dinner reservation. 40 people inquired about yacht rentals. Okay. We have private yacht rentals on there. We have chefs, private yacht rentals, jets. Okay. Straight up. Some people, look, I don't know of all of us that are just waking up tomorrow and saying, hey, I think I'm just going to go rent a jet. Okay. But you might get together with 6, 7, 8 people on your team or folks, and you might do that. You might do a short flight somewhere. It might be a 2-hour flight to Nashville and you're getting a private jet through our services. You don't have to buy a jet membership. We have the jet membership. Okay. Think about that for a second. So you're going to get good rates. You're going to get good service. So there is some of that VIP stuff in there. Any concert around the world you can think of, even personalized shopping. Ladies, I'm going to get myself in trouble here with my wife. That special red bottom shoe that you can't find, or that certain Gucci purse that you've always wanted, you take a picture, you explain it, you go in there, you tell them what you're looking for. They do personal shopping. They'll go find it. Okay. And they'll arrange the whole transaction. Probably had no idea that it would ever do anything like that. Okay. Give you another thing. Micaiah York, who's on here right now. Micaiah, I didn't know you could use this. He goes, yeah, I love concierge. I go, tell me what you've used it for. He goes, moved to Houston and I wanted to eat more healthy. So I wanted to find a food delivery service, meal prep. And he goes, I went in there and went to live chat. I'm in Houston. I just got here. I'm looking for a quality and affordable food prep. He still uses them. His first shot was awesome. They did it, right? So you might have not doing that. Tutoring for your children, house cleaners after a party, dog sitters, golf lessons, renting a catamaran. I'll give you an example. We had a member use this so aggressively. We did a dream trip to Santorini. It was their wedding anniversary. They used concierge 23 times because I had the inquiries. Okay, we talked about it. It was a wedding anniversary, right? So they bought a dream trip and then they went into concierge. They got flowers delivered. They got the forehand massage. They arranged the flying dress photo. They arranged a fancy dinner with transportation. Think about it. Who would you know in Greece to call? How are you going to speak the language at some of these restaurants? Maybe the guy only speaks Greek, but they were able to get this all arranged all through the concierge services. So on the priority membership, sometimes we don't go in as depth as I just did because we as Dream Trippers use it all the time and we know the value and we forget, hey, some people are new. And so hopefully this has helped you get a really in-depth understanding of some of the different intricacies that are in the membership that you want to dive into and get the value from. Last but not least, I'm going to throw this back to Tammy, is getting your membership for free. This is the best loyalty program that I've personally worked with because I just love the mechanism on how it works, okay? And so get 4, pay no more. I want to explain the rules so everybody has a clear understanding how this works, okay? Get 4, pay no more means that you can earn your monthly membership for free with full benefits. So if you're getting your priority membership for free from us, you're still getting $400 a month in loyalty points. Just think about that for a second, okay? And then you're still qualifying for your cruise certificate and you're not paying us anymore. So this is the best loyalty program you could ever pitch to your members. Here's the rules, okay? To qualify to get your membership for free, 1, you have to have an active paid membership, okay? You have to have a credit card on file. You have to have an active paid membership. You have to have a minimum of 4 Dream Trips members that you personally enrolled. And then their membership has to equal 4 times the amount of your membership. Okay, I'm going to round the numbers. We broke it down here. Actually, I'll use the slide. So if you had a standard membership and it's $79.99 a month, $80, right? If you enrolled 4 standard members, it's not because you enrolled 4 standard members. It's because it equals $319. Okay, now I don't like how the numbers are. I'm going to round them for you. So if you have an $80 membership, okay, you have to have 4 times 80 to get yours for free from at least 4 members, but it can be from 5 members. It could be from 10 members. So you can have any combination of members to get your membership for free, as long as you have at least 4, and it's 4 times the amount of your membership. So if I'm a priority member, that's $130 a month, right? So 4 times 130 is 520. So as long as I have 4 members and their memberships equal 520 in retail value, mine is free. But what if I don't have that? So if I'm a priority and I sign up and I don't sign up 4 priorities, I'm not going to have that, but I can have 6 members. I might have 2 priorities and 4 standards. I might have 1 priority and 6 standards, right? As long as the number is 4 times the retail value of your membership is 80. If you have 320 in retail value from at least 4 members, your membership is free, and it's free every single month from there on forward, as long as you maintain that qualification. So a lot of our members, the original Dream Trips members prior to coming to MDC, they have 10, 15, 20, 30. Some people have 40 customers. They're never paying for their membership. Someone cancels, they don't only have 4. So don't only have 4, because sometimes you only have 4. 1 cancels. Now you don't have the 3, so you got to go get another one to get your membership for free. This program's a no-brainer. So our pitch is, when we pitch someone on the membership and we say, and then by the way, I'm going to show you how to get it for free. And someone's already thinking, they know 4 people that would do this. And I said, you probably already thought of 4 people that you'd love to have fun and travel the world with. And that's how I close. This is what I use to close the deal. I close so many people with this program because it's a no-brainer. If I like it and I like to travel, I probably hang out with people that like to travel. If I'm a fun person that likes to explore, I probably hang out with other people like that, right? We hang out with like-minded people, right? And so I already know 4 people I want to hang with on a dream trip. And so I'm already thinking, this is a no-brainer. Give me the membership. I'm not even going to be paying for this in 1 month. So a lot of our people only pay 1 month, right? Because they come in the first month, which you have to pay the first month. They have a paid membership. They get 4 that equal get 4, pay no more. And now month 2, they're not paying anymore. And some of those members never pay again. And here's what's great. If this was a new program, you might be sitting there saying, oh, does that really work? This is a program that's been around for more than 12 years, okay, in the company. And so in the prior to DreamTrips, the reboot of DreamTrips, there was almost 100,000 members that didn't have to pay for their membership anymore. You can't tell me this thing doesn't work. I know Jefferson Santos is on it. He built an empire in this business, okay, with using Get For, Pay No More. Literally drive Get For because it's a no-brainer. And look, if I have to pay 2 or 3 or 4 months of my membership and I get 1 customer, then 2 customers, then 3 customers, it's what we use in our business to drive our people. Hey man, you already got 2, get 2 more. Hey, you already got 3, get 1 more. We try to close our month. I'm always looking as a builder and as a leader, how can I drive my team and what things are built in to the system where I can close my month? So we have a couple. One, we go to any members whose credit cards didn't process or decline. You go to your decline report. You call those members, your own personal members, and you let them know that their membership's about to lapse and they're going to lose their travel savings account. Not like that. Now, our Get For program is also for customers. So we use that with the customer. Hey, look, you already have 3 referrals. You only need 1 more, and you don't have to pay for this anymore. Let's get your card to process. Let me help you get a customer next month. So these are programs that we've built in to drive retention, lower attrition, and drive what are called purposeful closes at the end of the month in your business. Okay. And so hopefully this is, by now you've gotten about as in-depth membership conversation as we've had in a while. I'm going to turn the keys back over to Tammy, and I'm going to sit here and take notes. Every time this guy talks, I learned something. And he is an incredible leader. I'll let him tell the story. He's been on over 100 DreamTrips. Okay. If someone's been on over 100 DreamTrips, do you want to know what it is? What's the magic? He has found a way to book trips for people that are amazing. Like, he's going to tell some of the stories. Like, I hope he tells the story about the folks that were going on their wedding, their honeymoon. And he figured out how to bolt a cruise into a dream trip into this, where they didn't have to fly back from Dubai because they took a cruise, and he just knows all the tricks. Okay. And so take a glass of water or a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you do. I'm going to sit here with some notes. I'll come back in here to wrap up, but buckle in. This is the most value you're going to get out of the loyalty part and the portal that you're ever going to get. If you miss this, you may not see the big value of that travel savings account, thinking outside of the box of how to design a trip around this program. So with that, appreciate you hanging in there, everyone. And Tammy, I'll throw it back. Oh, you there, Tammy? Oh, hold on 1 second.
Hi there. Sorry about that. Am I here now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't see you.
Okay. Let me see. Maybe this will help. Is that better? That works. Okay. Perfect. And let's see here. All right. The next part. Thank you so much, Mark, for your training. I was in the comments trying to help answer as many questions as I could. Did the best I could. I probably missed a lot, so I apologize. But let's go ahead and jump right into our next part of our training. We have a fantastic trainer, someone that is really good at explaining a specific element of our membership. And he's going to teach you. I think it will actually take care of a lot of questions that people had in the comments as far as how to book themselves on trips and condo vouchers and things like that. Examples of what condos look like. I saw those questions. But anyways, let's go ahead and go out to someone that's very special to our DreamTrips family. And he's actually on a family vacation. So we know that he's actually taking time out of his family vacation there in Hungary. He also went and visited everybody on their dream trip in Simontornia. And he gives a lot. So we appreciate you so much, Attila. Go ahead and hop on and take it away. We thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tammy, and thank you, Mark. What you just did, it was amazing. I always learn from you, from Tammy about Dream Trip, from Mark about the business, how to do it, what to do. It was just amazing. Thank you so much. I always love to listen to you and learn from you, and appreciate to be able to work with you, because Dream Trip is the travel club. I do love Dream Trip. Just yesterday, I was on a welcome party. I will show some pictures to you. But first of all, I would like to show you the value of your Dream Trip membership. I share my screen and let me show you. I think, yes, we are here. and you can see my screen. This is the DreamTrip website. Most of you know that. Here we got the dream trips. You can book the amazing dream trips. First of all, you need to book Katerini in Greece, and also the trip just right after the volunteer trip. I will be there also myself with one of my best friend and mentor, Shush. We will be there for sure. So here are the dream trips that you know, and we did an amazing presentation about the dream trips from Tammy. Thanks a lot. So right away at the top, you can click on hotels, condos, cars. I just said you can even rent a car here. Flight. I always tell people you can buy flight anywhere, right? But you always need to check the price here as well. Sometimes even the flight tickets are better price than Google or any other flight booking engine. And the daily deals, if you are in the US, mainly for US people right now, but you will get amazing daily deals and concierge. When you click on the hotels, you just go to the next page and you will choose again what you would like to book, like hotel, condo, cars, cruises, flights, daily deals. And the top right corner, you will see all your loyalty point, the balance. You can see myself, this is my own account, over $5,000 value loyalty points. How can you such many points? So many people asking, oh, I'm just collecting the points. How can I use them? I show you. So first of all, when you click on the hotels, you can put any city of the world, like in the US, Los Angeles, like Paris, like Budapest in Hungary, or Madrid in Spain, or Athens in Greece. Anywhere you can go, anywhere. Many hundreds of thousands of hotels are available right now, because I understand most of the people are here from the US. I did choose right now Miami Beach. This is my favorite in the Florida. I was there more than 10 times. I love Miami Beach. Here we go, Miami Beach. And you can put to the search engine Miami Beach, put a date. Right now I put from 10th to the 17th of August. 1 week in August. Let's go. And you will see at Miami Beach, I can see 671 hotels I can choose from. I can filter them by name, the price range, amenities, the star. I can go only 5-star, 4-star, 3 stars, and so on. And here on the top, you will see always the competitor price. Competitor price, most of the case show the booking.com price or the Expedia price, or normally the online price you can find. And here you can see how many loyalty point saving you can use daily basis. It's very important. This is daily. So here you can use over 200 points daily. So instead of 400, you pay $200 a night. Or here's the other hotel. Instead of 800, you use 600, and so on. You can choose cheaper hotels, like for $140, 4-star hotel at Miami Beach, 200, 300. There are so many, 170. This is a 5-star, 170, 550, and so on. Or even you can find hotels for $20 and so on. And let me show you. Let's find a 5-star. We are dream trippers. We want to go for a 5-star hotel. This is at the beach, Miami Beach, Mr. C Miami Coconut Grove. This is the 5-star hotel. And if I click on continue here, then what I will see that hotel unit, this is a 5-star hotel from 10th to 17 in August, 7 nights, 2 adults, superior courtright king room. And here you can see you can use $400 loyalty points a night. So the public price is over $600 and you only pay $200. So the total included taxes and fees is 1,700 USD. Some people doesn't believe that 600 is the official price. Let's go to booking.com. Look at that. Mr. C, Miami Coconut Grove Hotel from the 10th to the 17th of August. So I compare Apple to Apple and watch this. I even didn't believe it. Booking.com price would be $800 a night times 7. But you have a bonus saving at booking.com, more than $1,600 saving you would get from booking.com, because it says bonus savings. You are getting a reduced rate because this property is offering a discount for you. So you only pay $3,900 on booking.com from the 10th to the 17th of August to the Mr. C Miami Coconut Grove. Let's go back. Mr. C Miami Coconut Grove Hotel from the 10th to the 17th at our booking engine, you only pay $1,700. Look at that, it's more than $2,000 saving, 400 loyalty points a day. This is crazy. So if you don't do anything but paying a monthly fee and you get 250 loyalty points for a year, you will have enough points to book that, and you have saved more than $2,000 and you only paid like 1,000. This is only one booking. That's crazy. And how this works, as Mark said very well, not all the hotel, not everywhere, not every time. But if you go anywhere, anytime, you will find hotels like that with crazy deals. So if someone says, oh, I found a hotel cheaper on booking, it could have happened. It could happen. Okay, that's fine. But you will find deals like that, crazy deals. Let me show you something. One of my great friends from Hungary, they went with the family to Tenerife, Canary Island. This is in Europe. They were in June. Look at that. They went to very nice 5-star hotel for 7 nights for a week. Look at that. Oh, this is the our booking engine. They paid $1,200 for a 5-star hotel at Tenerife with sea view, balcony, sea view, double bed, superior room. And let's go booking.com. The very same 5-star hotel, very same 7 nights. And the price she screenshotted for me in Hungarian forint, this is 1,200,000 forint, which is $3,300. So on booking.com, they would have paid $3,300, but instead of that, they paid $1,200 to this 5-star hotel. Crazy deal. They just came back. They loved the hotel. They loved everything so much. This is simple about the hotels. And as I told you, if someone say, I want cheap hotels, let's click on the filter price. And you will get hotel at Miami Beach. Look at that. We are at Miami Beach for $35 a room a night. $35 a room for a night. It's not per person. This is per night, per room. So for you, if enough 3-star hotel, you can go for these prices as well. But if you want to have the 5-star, then you will have this crazy. You can go to Four Seasons or any amazing Ritz-Carlton hotels, Mandarin. This is 5-star hotels. Or what I just showed you, this was also a great hotel, also 5-star Mr. C with $2,000 saving. So this is about the hotels. If you are here, these are the hotels. What about if you want to go for a week? About the condos, I show you also. Just click on the condos here, and then for now I also put the destination Miami. You can go also all over the world. Not so many hotels like at the hotel engine, but you have very nice hotel apartments, the condos. They are very nice hotels. And this is, I put also Florida here this time. and you can choose any of them. And look at that, Club Windham Sea Gardens. This is the name of it, at also Florida Beach. And you will see $399 for a week. So if you go to a studio for two people, instead of $900, you pay only $400, because if you are a member and if you have enough loyalty points, like 500 at least, you can see at the top right corner, I do have 500 loyalty points. So I will have at any week of anywhere of the world at any time, I will have $500 discount. So instead of 900, I would pay 400. Let's say we are a family with 4 people, right? Here you can see this is 4 people. This room can accommodate 4 people. And here I would pay $449. And let's say from the 20 to the 27th of September. This is just one example. Let's go again to booking.com. Club Windham Sea Gardens, apple to apple. From the 20 to 27 September, apple to apple. Booking says for 4 adults, so everything the same, $1,800, which is for 4 people, 7 nights at Florida. I think it's a great price. Yes, but if you are a DreamTrip member, as I showed you, you will have the price of $449 for the very same date, very same amount of people, very same hotel with a pool and so on. And if you don't believe me, I can go on reserve it. Just click on reserve, and I do have 30 minutes to complete payment. Let's go to checkout, show you it is, and just click on. Sometimes don't be surprised, you need to log in and log out. My internet is unstable, hope we will get it anyway. But for that price, I go to the next page, I put the name of the guest, I put my credit card, I pay the $449, and I have it. Look at that. Here we go. This is the name, the exceptional location. This is the time from the 20 to 27, 7 days for adults. I just give the travelers like myself, Attila Bognar. Here are the details. You have some deposit. You have to pay some deposit. You will get it back, of course. You can see it. It's parking and so on, everything. I have read and accepted terms and conditions. And here I only put my name, and on the left, this is the total, what I would pay, $449. I go to continue, I put my credit card details, and I paid with all the taxes, everything included. Here you can see my total. I only need to put my card details, pay it, and I do have that hotel for $449 instead of the 1,800 at booking.com. This is also crazy. This is one of my favorite. I love it so much. The next one, I'm so much a cruise guy. I do love cruises like mad. I did so many cruises. I was 10 times at the Caribbean on a cruise before. And first in my life, just this year, I was at the European cruise. Okay, let's kick on the cruise. These cruises we are talking about here are not the free cruises or the cruise voucher after 6 months. This is different. This system, you can use it right now. You sign up for $3,000, $1,000, or even with $80, and you can use that system, and you will have over 40,000 sailings. And let me show you what that's crazy. I show you this cruise. This is a 9 nights cruise from Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, go to Muscat, Oman, Dubai, Doha, Qatar, all around Arabic Peninsula. Look at that, 9 nights cruise. And I would pay $569 per person. And watch that, included taxes and fees. Normally, if you use that system before, don't be surprised. The price went up a bit, but not. Earlier, we did always see the port fees and taxes. They did a change in the system, and from now on, you will see the taxes and fees is included into the price. So the $63 per night, this crazy price, all inclusive, all around here, the port fees are included already. Don't remember, don't forget, I will show you something else regarding that. But you can say, oh, I don't want to go to inside room, Attila, but I want to outside. It's only $629. Even a suite on that cruise for 9 nights, $779 per person. That's crazy. And someone can say, okay, I want to have, how I do? Okay, here at the filter, I can search for destinations, Europe, Africa, America, Caribbean, Galapagos, all over the world. And I can sort by price. Here we get the crazy deals. Look at that deal from New York City. That cruise from New York City goes to Bermuda, goes around Bermuda, and you can spend some days at Bermuda and go back to New York City, and look at that. Included tax and fees, you can go in September for that cruise for $459 per person. Taxes and fees included. Crazy. Outside cabin, $559, and balcony, $729 from New York City, 7 nights Bermuda cruise. But I just changed the sort by to price. And here I can say, okay, I don't care. I want to go for the short cruises as well. Then we get even more crazy deals. Look at that North Europe cruise. 2 nights, 3 days, 2 nights from London. My friend Shush would drive down to Southampton and would go to Hamburg, Germany. 2 nights cruise. He would pay $100, all inclusive. 3 days, 2 nights cruise. Crazy. But if you go to a balcony cruise, balcony cabin, you only pay $200. Okay, it's only 2 nights for sure. But as I showed you, you can find even cruises like 14 or more nights long, also with crazy deals. I love these cruises so much. Look at that from Athens, Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, Kobos, Muscat, Oman, Dubai, Doha, Qatar. 14 nights cruise for $839, includes taxis and fees. I just got crazy when I saw that. All around Europe and Arabic countries, this is crazy, and even the outside price or even the suite price is only $1,139, taxes and fees included, for 2 weeks. Crazy deals you can find here. So these are the engine. Just play with it, because you will find crazy deals. And I also show you something else. This is the portal where you can find the voucher cruises. There is also a big change here. If you did check that website, there are a big change. Probably the international rule, I don't know, because as our other system, they changed that from now taxes and fees are included. From now, for that portal, also taxes and fees are included in the price what we can see. What does it mean? We have the free cruises, right? But even the free cruises has plus taxes and fees. Taxes can $50, $100, $150, $200 per person, depend on the cruise and length and so on. So the final price is $200, $300, $400 with the port fees included. Because the port fees are already included in the price, we don't see anymore the free cruises, which are show zero. Earlier we were searching for the cruises showed zero, because it was the zero for the cruise plus port and port fees added at the end of the booking. But right now, look at that fortnight cruise from Port Carnival, Nassau, Bahamas. So amazing cruise, Orlando cruise. It says $107 from inside. $107 is the port fees itself. So this is still, you can see here the itinerary, very nice Nassau Bahamas cruise. And when you click on the lowest price to reach that portal, ask your sponsor, or even DreamTrip sent it out. Here you can see the inside cabin start from 100, 230 ocean view, 300 the balcony, and so on. So if I go to the inside cabin here, I will see 11 staterooms are still available. If some people wants to go together, here you can see on the left how many staterooms are available on that price. And when I click on book, I will see the final price for that cruise, that's amazing cruise in February of 2025. The final price, the total price is $200 for two person, crazy. So this is still the free cruise. So we do have some free cruises, just port fees are included. And of course, here you can say, oh, Attila, I don't like the inside cabin. You can choose the ocean view also. And the ocean view also 400, 230. So, you know, for that cruises, even the balcony is 300. So these are only the port fees, basically. So if I go back to the search result, you can see 3 and 4 night cruises. Simple what I just did, I just sorted by them price low to high. So I can find crazy deals. And there are even 6 nights cruises from Miami. If you want to go longer. This is a 5 nights cruise from New Orleans. Also a very nice one. 3 nights cruises, 5 nights for Galveston, 5 nights from Tampa Bay. Look at that from Tampa. It goes to Costa Maya, Cozumel, and if I click on it again, because you also need to understand, not all the cruises are available. So that price, the system shows that price was available once when they introduced that cruise. And when I click here on view lowest price, then the system check if the price is still available. That case, the price is still available. Don't be surprised. It says, oh, it's no more available. No worry. Just go to the other one. So this is also very nice cruise. Inside the cabin, 4 staterooms are available. When I click on book, is $189, 5 nights cruise. Look at that from Tampa Bay, go to Cozumel, Costa Maya, a Mexican trip. 6 days, it's quite a week, 5 nights. You go to Mexico, you have all-inclusive food for $189. This is the power of the voucher. We just did a cruise, what you can see behind me, that was a European cruise. I was there with my wife, you know, and like 40 people from Hungary. Basically, these are the main feature of the portal. I always tell people, just use it, just practice it. And if you don't do that, you will not find the great deals. And I also want to show you something here. As just yesterday, a very nice dream break has started here in Hungary. This is a castle called Reed Castle in Simontornya. This is a small village at the countryside of Hungary. Amazing environment. Look at that castle beauty. The beauty, and this is in the church in the village. It's a small village. I just saw you some pictures. My people just arrived there yesterday, and they are still there right now. I was there also. This is some food. This is some pool. It's a very nice wellness weekend what you can spend there. These are some Hungarian dream trippers. Agi here. And here we got a welcome party, as Mark was explaining. Then we got some food in advance. And some people got the DreamTrips sign, the new members. We just did the picture. That was amazing. And also a very nice habit that some people had the birthday and they got a very nice birthday cake from the company, from DreamTrips. Thanks, DreamTrips, sending the cake to these people. This time, 5 people had the birthday around the Dream Trip. It was really nice hotel. I just saw you some pictures. And members meet them each other after many months. We know many Dream Trippers from years, and some of them lives in Germany, some of them in Hungary, and they just met. That's why they were happy. And here at DreamTrips, we also had the leadership of the Hungarian MDC team as well. It was very nice to meet them in person. I just show you some pictures, okay? And that was yesterday. And today, as a very nice excursion, they had to walk a lot, 2 minutes. This place is just belongs to the hotel, and they have a very nice, very special dinner party with DJ music as well. And here at the hand of this guy, he is the top manager of the guy right now, and he's bringing some Hungarian schnapps called Palinka, and they bring it to everyone. So this is very special because Hungarian knows Palinka are very strong, and you will get many of it, actually unlimited. This was the excursion today. Here we got Dr. Kati and so on. They went to a very nice castle around. That was the excursion today. All the group went there. I just show you some pictures because this is just happening right now. And this dream break, believe or not, it was under $200, the 3 days. The excursion, yesterday the very nice dinner, today the party dinner with unlimited palinka. And so, oh, look at that pictures. This is just happening right now. So I just wanted to show you a bit what's happening right now in Hungary. We love Dream Trip, and this is the future of travel. Definitely do use your membership, find great deals for the hotels, find great deals for condos, or let's go for cruises. I just have a member. Just happened 2 weeks ago. It's a very nice couple came to the office, the Hungarian Dream Trip office, and they signed up as a jet setter for the $1,000 pack, and they are already in the US. They went to the US and they signed up, and on the spot, we went to their account on the spot, and we found a very nice cruise from Seattle because they have more than 1 month in the US, and we found a very nice cruise at the cruise engine. And they just signed up for the 1,000. We found them the very nice cruise on the spot. We booked it for them, and they were so happy. And they already have $3,000. So people love Dream Trips. Use the system. Thank you, Mark and Tammy, working so hard for us. I know you do everything and way more for us to get the best product for everyone. So really thank you. I give it back. Tammy, if you are here, thank you so much. See you soon.
No problem. Thank you so much, Attila. I love seeing your travel stories and hearing your tales. It's amazing, all the experiences you had with your team and your family also. So thank you for sharing all of that and breaking down how to really utilize that portal. We appreciate it. And I know there have been a lot of questions about people asking, can I use my points for personal travel? Does it have to be business travel? Absolutely not. Think of it as you're booking a trip for you and your family. You're booking a trip for your parents. Maybe you're not even going on a trip. You're booking hotel reservations for me. I used points for my kid. My son played baseball throughout high school, and I used that portal to book, as soon as I got my membership, almost all of my stays and saved money on all of my stays. It was quite amazing for my stays, my car rentals. So yes, you're not limited to only Dream Trip Business for your points to be used or things like that. Use it for how you would travel. I'll give you another example. Right now, I'm actually planning a trip for my family. It's a family trip. My son will be now in college. My daughter graduated. So now I'm trying to figure out where are we going for spring break 2025. And so now I'm thinking I'm going to go my portal. If we don't have a dream trip that fits the exact dates, because my son, like I said, he'll be in college, so he has a specific date range of a spring break. If it doesn't fit, then I'll just go create my own adventure with my family or for my family, and I'll go through the DreamTrips portal, go check out hotels. I'll rent my car through the website. I'll use my points to go ahead and apply the points to my trip. So again, that's totally personal. So just want to make sure you can do that. And it says, wow, can we use it for other people? So your points that you're booking for the hotel reservations, yeah, you'll put a name who's going to be the traveler. You'll put that in there. Now for DreamTrips, so I want to make sure I'm clear. So DreamTrips is our flagship product. That is when we curate the trip. And when you go on dreamtrips.com, you're going to see that little boxes of different trips, and it'll say, go to Egypt or go to New York City or go to Arizona. Those are dream trips. They're curated. Everything's already done for you. And that's when you pick and choose your adventure that's already curated. Those are dream trips or dream breaks. Now, those you are entitled for up to 2 rooms that you can reserve through your membership. Okay. So the member must be in one of the rooms. So you can't, for a dream trip, you can't just say, hey, use my membership and go travel on my membership. You have to be a traveler from the member on your membership account. You must travel in one of the rooms, but you can book a second room. So a couple scenarios. If you want to bring your parents on a trip with you, book the second room with their name on it. You're going to book your room with your name on it, and maybe your spouse or your children, and you'll book a second room for your parents. Or you can also do, some people have older children. Every resort is different. So I'm very generally speaking when I say this. You can book your room, and then you can book a second room if you want to have your kids in the other room. Now, like I said, every resort is different. If the resort identifies a 10 and up as an adult age, that's how they'll treat the occupant of that room. Sometimes to keep it easy, honestly, I'll put one of the rooms in my name or one of the rooms in Mark's name. We've got 2 rooms. They don't care how we shuffle who's staying in what room. I don't know if I'm supposed to share that info, but that's what we do. But anyways, so yes, that is how that works. And so I hope that provides some clarification. Yes, Melissa, you're very welcome. Dwayne, just sidebar, Dwayne is in Miami. He's our team leader running a trip there in Miami. And at this very moment, he is tuned in to this Zoom while he's actually on his excursion. And in his excursion, they're doing a Millionaire Row tour on a boat. They're doing a whole tour and seeing all the millionaire homes throughout Miami. And then, yes, bring me in. I don't know how to bring you in, but I'd love to bring you in. But I think Mark can try to figure that out. They're on a boat as we speak, seeing all of the houses. And then after that, they're going to do a tour of Miami in, downtown. They're going to have lunch and they're going to do all of that. So I know they're having a great time. And Dwayne, I really wish I knew how to bring you in, because I certainly would. I just don't know how to do that.
I'll do it.
Anyways, but now you know what, Mark, I forgot. I need to go share some slides. We're getting ready to finalize our talk today, our event today, but I just have a few things to leave you with. Number 1 is our next DreamTrips Academy. Again, it's similar to what we're bringing you today. It's all of the it's also announcements of new trips, new adventures, new things we have going on in the world of DreamTrips. Next event is Saturday, August 10th. Put that in your calendar. We can't wait to see you here. We will have new speakers, new training. Everything is always new. And we look forward to seeing you then. Same time, just by the way, same time. We don't like to make it crazy and have to remember by jumping times around. We also have our DTI Global Connect every Thursday for the North America and every Monday for Europeans. Now, everyone around the world is welcome to join either one of them, but the only difference is the way that the promotions are, the trips that we're sharing are more isolated to those regions. And the translation for Hungarians is done for the European event. As more languages are needed, we will bolt on more, but that's just the lay of the land of how that works there. And then last but not least, you can plug into our social media. We're on Facebook. We have our Instagram, as we have mentioned several times. Just know it's at DreamTrips INTL, so that you can follow along and see all of the fun that everyone's having in Hungary and in Miami right now. And then next week it'll be, oh gosh, it just slipped me. Is it Jordan? I think it's Jordan, Turkey. They're going to Turkey next week, and a couple other trips that are going live next week. So just want to make sure we plug you in and you can, it's fun. Oh, Dwayne is here. Okay. Mark, are you bringing Dwayne in, or am I going to bring Dwayne in?
I got it.
Okay. Go ahead and take it away, Mark.
All right. So guys, we were able to do it here. Obviously we're technically not inclined here at the Smith family. But Dwayne, appreciate you. Take it away, buddy.
Let's go. Everybody say we live.
So this is Dwayne Lodge. They are down in Miami. They're on Millionaires Row on a boat hanging out. Say hello. There he is.
Let's go.
These guys have been having a blast. They've had a white party, black and gold party. They've had so much fun, so many pool parties. They're teasing us now. They're all having fun. We're all here.
Let's do it. Hey,
There's Wendy. Wendy's a dream trip. She's probably been on 100 dream trips easily. It was just in Cancun, the DR with Wendy. We were just in the 1920s party together. It's great to see so many people having fun. Look at this sharp guy right here. That's it. I love it. I love it.
Flip it around to me. Mark, thank you, man. Everybody, thank you, Mark.
Hey, take care, guys. Aloha from Hawaii.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Have a great time. We're all jealous. Take care, Dwayne. Thank you, bro.
Got the
That's
kids
awesome.
out here. Baby, thank you.
Converting them all. Hey, thanks, Dwayne. I appreciate you, man. I'm in the chat. I see all your pictures. Incredible. Great trip, man. Talk soon. Awesome, guys. And Tim, you can put me in speaker mode there. And so, guys, we've been trying to bring Dwayne in. I have so many photos. I was going to bring the photos on, but what's great is to see this live, right? Like to show slides and to talk about how great this thing is one thing, but to have all these trips going on, we didn't arrange this. These are trips that are live right now going on. Tomorrow's another one. I think Tammy said Jordan's just about to pop off in 48 hours. This is what's happening. Get involved, get traveling, become a global traveler, become a dream tripper. There's no better way to travel. You see these guys having a blast. And I got to tell you, I'm in every single WhatsApp chat of every single trip. Okay. And so one of the things we do is we have our WhatsApp group. Now, anyone can do a WhatsApp group on a trip and everyone can put photos. I get that. But what we do is all the secret sauce behind the scenes to facilitate what's going on in there. And I've been watching it for 2 days as Dwayne's folks were flying into Miami. I see our customer service team navigating everyone, finding everyone around the airport. Someone gets lost. Our CS team is in the chat saying to meet at Starbucks. That's that difference. That's that competitive edge of just going on a trip versus a dream trip. And sometimes people don't realize the amount of customer service behind your membership is very significant. Now, you may not know that until you travel, but when you start traveling and you have on the ground support, you have global support, you have our support back in Dallas, and that's all making sure that trip is as smooth as possible. That's when you realize this is the only way to travel. I've traveled the world. I tell you, I will never travel again like I've traveled on a dream trip. The dream trip just makes it stress-free. Okay. That's really what it's all about. So here's what I want to do real quick. We're almost done, guys. I want to share my remaining slides here if I can get my PowerPoint to work. And I want to, just before I go into this, I want to thank Attila. That was probably one of the best examples of the value of our membership on the loyalty points. And I think so many of you just realize, and that's why I asked him to do this. Like, why am I not using that portal more? Why am I not planning a trip on my own? Why am I not using it for everyday things? And for those of you that have a traditional job, a lot of people that have a traditional job, they're salespeople, they travel, you can be using this discount portal on any travel whatsoever, whether it's personal or business. And so you can use it for whatever you want. So Attila, just incredible job. Love you and your team. You guys really know how to live it. I'm always jealous when Attila comes on, but they really know how to live life. Europeans in general, as an American, can tell you we work too much. and we don't take enough downtime. Europeans demand the downtime to be with their family, and they spread it across the year, and they travel. And there's reason why the happiest countries in the world are in Europe, and that's a fact. Okay, they poll who are the happiest people in the world. You'll find them in Europe. There's specific countries. If you go look at the happy list, what is it? They work everything else around their life, where we as Americans sometimes work everything around our jobs, right? So get out there, get traveling, use the portal, and we'll get this up on recording, and we're going to make different segments from today. Attila's video will be a permanent video, so a member can be able to view that. We may actually send that out in an email for a member to watch, a live member orientation type thing. And so very excited about it. Now, what I want to do, we're almost done. We're finished a little bit early here today, is earn trips all year with our program. Okay. And so what I want to go to is, obviously, we've extended the runway to Greece. We have limited rooms right now. So if you plan on going to Greece, so right now, I'm talking to you. If I'm 100% going to Greece, I'm 100% telling you, you risk not having a room. So if you are 100% going for Greece, you need to go in this weekend and get your room, because we're at the end of the booking cycle, and now the bookings are going up and the rooms are going down. So there is going to be a very limited amount of rooms left. And we extended the runway to Greece. Some of you may not be aware of that. We extended it so you get to count all of your July volume, that's runway volume, in your tracker. So we launched a new tracker, the runway tracker. If you go in there, if you don't believe it's accurate, please reach out to MDC customer service in the MDC back office, because I've had a couple of you think it wasn't accurate. You need to go check. Maybe one of your members canceled, or a pack didn't go through. So it's important. Definitely your responsibility. The tracker's there, and if the number isn't right, you need to do that. Very important. I always coach people on that. It's your business. You're the CEO of your business. So go look at your tracker. Others didn't know that they already qualified for level 1 and are not that far away from level 2. So level 1 is 1,000 BV level 1, which means you signed up enough members or packages to get 1,000 BV on your first level, which means you did the work. Okay. That's a 25% discount off of an already incredibly discounted trip. If you just go one level, if you unlock level 2, it's 50% off the trip. That means it's $150 for 2 people. Right? Just think about that for a second. That's $375 a person, or whatever it is, to go to Greece. There's still time for every single person that wants to go to Greece and save money to get to level 1. That's 1,000 BV. You get to control that whole scenario. And then many of you can get to level 2 by the end of July. We extended it for that reason. So I want to make sure everyone knows about that. And as a reminder, the Katerini, Greece, this is the resort. It's going to be spectacular. We've got a lot of events. We're going to Mount Olympus. There's Greek wine, a party on the beach, DJ. There's all kinds of different things, okay? But what I want to remind everybody is of the volunteer trip. So if you're already going to Greece, why not stay? It's like another $500, something like that. Don't quote me on the price. October 6th through the 9th. So it's just the next day. We're going to transfer you to we provide the transportation and take you from for Katerini, and we'll take you to Thessaloniki. And that's where we're going to go and help out the orphanage there in Thessaloniki, Greece. It's a full dream trip. So we still have meals. We have an excursion. We're still going to have fun. But that is actually a volunteer trip. So for one of the days, we're going to the orphanage that we've done business with before. DreamTrips has been there before. And so this is a great opportunity. Now, there's a lot of people that are on the trip that haven't yet bought the volunteer trip that have told me they're going. I want to let you know that is going to definitely run out. Okay, because people want to bring their kids, so it takes extra rooms and things like that. So just making sure everybody is aware of that. You already know all the details of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just give me 1 second here. All right, stop sharing for a second. Okay, with that said, I hope today was very informative for you as a traveler to really just learn more about DreamTrips. What is the DreamTrips way? What is our system? I think we did a good job of that at the beginning, talking about these are our packs. This is what we lead with. Okay, great job by Tammy on giving you, like, why is a dream trip different? What is the model of dream trips, and what can you expect on a dream trip? Okay, there's a lot of things that happen on a dream trip that are not in the brochure. There's a lot of things that happen on a dream trip that are not listed in this is what you get. Okay, those are things that happen because we've done 50, 100, 200, 300 trips maybe to the same location. So things happen on the trip that you don't know about. I was on a trip to Rome, and people wanted a food tour. It wasn't part of the trip, and it was a great trip. Actually, I was on a trip with Shush and Attila and Tammy and a whole bunch of you that are probably on here. And it was just so awesome. Dr. Caddy, we had a blast. And during the trip, someone went in the community and said, hey, anybody, a lady was a single traveler. And she said, does anybody want to go? I want to go on a food tour here in Italy. And so our Dream Trip staff, because they're on the ground and we've done many of these things, they immediately booked a food tour. And we went in the chat and said, does anyone want to go? And 23 people from the trip decided to sign up like within hours. And the next morning, they went to 7 restaurants. And it started with the best coffee. Then it went to pasta, then pizza, then all this other stuff, arancini balls. And it ended with, of course, gelato and espresso. You're in Italy. And it was like 30 euros. And my point is, all those kind of things happen. I was on another trip to Prague with Attila. By the way, I go on a lot of trips with Attila and his group. I went on another trip to Prague. I've been to Prague 6 times or something like that. So I know Prague. I've been to the Prague Castle. It's one of my favorite trips to go on, but I've never done this. And we went to the castle and we had a private tour. And a couple of days later, one evening, Attila said, hey, do you guys want to go? We went to a beer tasting event that was part of the trip, which was incredible. And he goes, do you guys want to go to the castle at night? It's a whole different view. It's all lit up. Nobody's there. I'm like, we don't have tickets or we didn't plan it. He goes, no, you don't, at night, you don't need to. So you would have never known that. I would have never known that because Dream Trippers are a community of global travelers. They knew that. So all of the European leaders were like, oh, that's what we do at night. So Attila's, let's go. So we took the tram to the Prague Castle. Everybody from the trip decided to do it. It was night. There was no line. Nobody was there, just the security. We went through the metal detectors and we got to go through the outside grounds, which are enormous, of the Prague Castle at night. I've never seen it like that. In Attila, because he's been on so many trips, he was the tour guide. And it was like he was the private tour guide. He told all of the history and did it in English and Hungarian right there at night. Probably one of my favorite things I've ever done in Prague was that event. Wasn't part of the trip. And that was, to me, that was like, this is why it's so different. It's so hard to explain to someone why it's so different. And so even if someone does a trip like ours, it's different, right? Because it's the Dream Trippers who've been there and done that. I know my last example, pork knuckle is a very famous dish. So if you're into pork, it's a pork knuckle. And there's a restaurant there that's all they sell, pork knuckle. And it's very famous. It's the best pork knuckle in Czech Republic. And of course, who knew about it? Attila Bogner knew about it, right? So everybody that was into that all went and did that. So those are the cool things that happen. And so what I want to just ask you to do is just stay plugged into the things Tammy talked about. Follow us on social media. Definitely subscribe to our Telegram. We'll do a lot more travel oriented. We are making a major shift right now as an organization. And that comes from kind of Tammy and I from the top down in major linear focus on travel. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of things like this where we talk about travel. We're even considering doing like a QVC. If you ever watch the show QVC, it's a similar type of a show down the road where we do a live show and we're showing all of our live inventory and we're bringing in testimonials and maybe we'll bring people live that are on a trip and then we'll sell trips live, maybe at a discount or the first 5 people. And we're gonna get really creative in the way that we put this out there. And it's just exciting. And so with that, I just appreciate each and every one of your attention today. Your time is what's the most valuable. And I appreciate you dedicating your time to this here today. Anything we can ever do to help here at Dream Trips, we just appreciate each and every one of you. Keep on tripping and have a safe and fruitful weekend. And appreciate each and every one of you guys. We'll see you guys on the next Dream Trips Academy. Take care, everyone. As you're signing off today, maybe let us know what was the #1 tip you got or what maybe a trip on your bucket list or what's the next dream trip that you're going on. So with that, appreciate you guys.